Hi, everyone. I'm Elida Zweidler-McKay with ZM Coach, where we're all about helping you take your career to the next level, whether that's at your current company or somewhere else. So today I want to talk to you about sort of three fundamental things that I think absolutely everybody deserves to have from their work. So the first is income. That's pretty obvious, right? That you should be fairly compensated for the work that you're providing to your company. That should be a market rate that you could compare to other companies and feel like you're getting a fair shake. Unfortunately, I talk to a lot of people who have been asked to take on more and more work. Maybe somebody's left the team and they've been asked to fill in, or even their manager has left and they have to step up and fill in, and they're not being compensated for it. So that is one thing to be keeping an eye on, is like, if you're being asked to take on more work or the work of more people and that hasn't been reflected yet in your salary, that is a conversation that you could be having, of course, strategically and thoughtfully with your management. So that's the first thing that I think everybody expects from their jobs. It's pretty obvious, but something to keep an eye on if you're not happy with it or not getting what you feel like you deserve for the amount of work that you're putting in. The second thing that I think everybody deserves from their work is satisfaction. And that includes feeling like you're interested in your work, like it lights you up, like there's room for you to learn and grow and contribute in different ways and expand your skill set and use your strengths. Work should feel fun. I mean, not every day, we all have parts of our jobs that we don't love, but big chunks of it should feel interesting to you and like you're learning from it and like you're developing. And if that's not true, that's another area to kind of take a look at, to see if there are other projects that you could take on or other kinds of responsibilities that might give you a chance for that learning and growth and satisfaction. And then, of course, satisfaction is beyond just your work at work. It's also about how your work fits into your broader life. So does your work fit into your life in a way that gives you opportunities to do things outside of work that you find satisfying or fulfilling? Or does work kind of take up all your time and attention? If you are someone who is working from the time you wake up until the time you go to bed with no room in there to take care of yourself, look after your health, take care of your family, be there for your kids, that is also something to take a look at, even if you love your work, right? We all need boundaries and opportunities to refresh and to be there with our families. So work that's satisfying should fit into a broader life that is also satisfying. It should be one piece of the broader puzzle. That's another thing to take a look at. And then the third piece that I think is also really important is the impact that you get to have from your work. You should be working for a company or working in a role where you feel like you're contributing to something that matters to you. Now, what that is doesn't have to matter to anybody else, but what's important is that it has an impact in the world that you think is important and that you value. And if that's not happening, that can be a place where you can easily lose your energy for work if you feel like what you do doesn't matter, or especially if you feel like the work that you do is for a company that doesn't have has a mission that really goes against your values or against your grain. That can be really taxing, and something to take a closer look at, to make sure that you're in a kind of role and working for a company that fits what's important to you and the contribution that you want to make in the world. So those are the three legs of the stool that I think need to be in place for you to have a solid footing in terms of your career success and feeling good about your work and feeling happy and satisfied in your work. It should give you a good income. It should feel satisfying at work and outside of work, and it should allow you to have an impact. Unfortunately, too many people, I think, are letting those things slide and putting up with jobs that don't give them all three of those things. Maybe you're afraid to move, or you're afraid to rock the boat, or it just feels like too much work. I can promise you, a little bit of short-term work to get those things aligned for you is absolutely worth it. You will be so much happier in your life and in your job if you take steps to make those things work. Now, some of those steps might mean just renegotiating boundaries at work or renegotiating your role, some renegotiating your salary. Some of them might mean looking for a job somewhere else. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes effort, but it's not impossible. It's a short chunk of time that could have a big payoff for the rest of your career. So I really encourage you, if you are in a place where your stool is wobbly, like not setting on those three basic core foundations in a really great way, to do something about it. And one of the things you can do about it is book a call with my team. We'll get on the phone with you for about 45 minutes and get to know you and your situation, understand a little bit more about where some of those wobbles might be for you, and talk with you about whether we would be a fit to support you in taking your career to that next level, getting out of the place where you're dissatisfied with some piece of it, and really giving you the opportunity to do work that has an impact, brings you a great income, and feels really satisfying. You deserve it. Let's talk. zmcoach.com/apply. I look forward to talking to you, having my team talk to you. Take care.